So you're kind of nervous about it.
Yeah, okay,
The
go ahead.
truth is that you're being maybe more apprehensive than you need to be. So drain, okay, is another thing. You have, of course, the cold water line coming in, which has a valve on it. This is the cold water. You got the hot water going out.
Yeah.
All right. You have what's called a TPR valve, which is sitting on top, or it's sitting on the side, dangling down like this. Okay. Now, what you have basically is this is a valve as well. This TPR valve is a pressure relief valve. Basically, it keeps your tank from ever having too much pressure in it and blowing up. It releases that pressure. You're going to use it as a vent. Okay? Now, your thermostat, the first thing you're going to deal with, you decide, okay, we're going to do this. It's Saturday morning. You know,
Maybe.
we got a couple of hours. You know, hey, yeah, it's going to take you no more than an hour if that.
Okay.
All right, so we have the T-stat. All right? You're going to take that thermostat down to vacation mode.
Okay.
Come back in the house. Have you ever done that, by the way?
No, we have not done anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys are ever out and on
Vacation?
vacation and gone for any length of time, do this.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to do that. But you're going to take it down to vacation mode. What you just did by doing that is shut off the burner. Come back in the house, use the hot water. You have the pressure of the cold water still pushing that hot water through the house, demanding hot water. So you got 50 gallons of hot water in there, right?
Okay.
So you're going to use that hot water to make it safer to get rid of it through the drain, all right? Now, at this point, you're flushing, you're cooled down the cold water. In 20 minutes, you're going to wash dishes, you're going to take a shower, whatever, you have gotten rid of that 50 gallons, all right?
So first of all, turn it to vacation mode and go back in the
Vacation
house.
mode, go back
Use
in
hot
the-
water.
Use the hot water, okay?
Yeah.
Until only cool water comes out of that tap.
Okay.
Now you're ready to drain the water heater because you got to get rid of the water before you can get rid of the sediment,
Sediment,
which is on
yeah.
the bottom, right?
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So the first thing you do is hook up a water hose to your drain, run it outside the garage door there where you can see it, and open it. By opening it, you're going to need a screwdriver, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no handle on it, all right? So
Okay.
there's a little slot. You can take a slotted screwdriver, turn it counterclockwise. That'll open the valve for the water to drain out through the hose.
Okay.
That's the first test.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you, it's a test because if you open it and now it's 18 months and maybe you got so much sediment in there that it won't let the water out, you have a new problem. But assuming that water comes out under pressure, you're going to let the water go ahead and flush out.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
At this point, you're going to reach up on top and close the cold water line.
Okay.
Cold water is closed. Water should continue draining. But because it's a closed system, it needs to be vented. Right? So you're going to open this. If it's on top, it'll let air into the tank almost immediately, releasing the water. And all 50 gallons is going to come out of that drain as fast as it can.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So assuming that that's what's happening, you have two choices. You can wash your car. You can, save it into some container or
Okay.
put it into the irrigation locations around for the landscaping.
Okay.
Try to be conservative.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
All right. At that point, once it's empty, you're going to close the TPR valve and you're going to start the flushing procedure by actually taking that hose and putting it outside the garage roll-up door, right? So that you can see what's coming out of that water hose. At this point, you're going to take the cold water. Are you with me so far?
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
closed the TPR and you're opening and closing the cold water valve by seeing what's coming out of the hose here. You should have gravel, okay, coming out of it on hitting this thing on, off, 5-6 times. Okay?
So basically, we try to suck up everything.
You're trying to push it out.
Yeah.
Because there's no more water protecting it. There's only an exposed sediment bed internally, and you're adding pressurized water to break it up. Now, are you plumbing savvy at all? Is your dad plumbing
My
savvy?
dad is, yeah.
Okay. What is on here is a drain that basically has a valve, a stem valve on it. And it has a mount with a threaded end on it that's going to have a, which screws into the, what do you call it, to the water heater. This end goes into the water heater. This end has the hose that you put on
Yeah.
over it, right?
Okay.
And it curls out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What I'm asking people to consider doing, because the stem hole on this thing is very tiny, like maybe this big, I'm asking people to take that valve off and putting in just a 3/4 inch nipple, which is a piece of pipe that's threaded on both ends. They call it a nipple. Okay, but it is threaded on both ends, dimension-wise, 3/4 of an inch. Lengthwise, you can go maybe a 2 or 3 inches, okay? 2 or 3 inch nipple.
Okay.
All you're doing is you're putting this on, you're taking this valve off and you're putting this pipe on. And you know what Teflon tape is? Okay, this would be brass,
Okay.
okay? You're gonna wrap it with some tape, some Teflon tape. And you know what? Just ask the guys at the Home Depot or at the Lowe's, whatever, Orchard, these guys will help you. Teflon tape that you will put wrapped around the thread, so when you screw it into the drain, where the drain hole is, you're gonna also put on what's called a hose adapter. Okay? A hose adapter allows you to put the water hose onto a pipe.
Okay.
It's a little another piece of brass that you're going to thread with, cover the threads with Teflon tape, and then wrap this one on the outside. Now, again, all of this is very easy. It's much more complicated when you're hearing it the first time. I'm sorry, you know. And what you're going to do is you're going to use this as a tool every time you flush.
Yeah.
The reason I'm suggesting this is you can see the difference in size of hole. You got a 3/4 inch hole versus maybe a 5/16 hole.
Okay.
In other words, any rocks and or debris bigger than this hole will come out this opening. Otherwise, it's going to stay in the tank. And your goal is to get rid of it. All right. Now, having said that, you've drained the water, you've backed off the drain, you took this off, and you put that on. Okay? Now you're ready to hook up your hose, and now you're starting the flushing process. So, as I said, you're going to hit this thing 5-6 times. You're going to then take a 5-minute break and you're going to move the hose and then do it again. The reason for the 5-minute intervals is to let the sediment break up, soften it. So when you flush it with the spray, it'll actually break up more of it. All right. Their goal is to get rid of this. You don't want to be doing this every other weekend.
No.
This is something you're going to do as least as often as possible. You know. Anyway, the idea here is you keep doing this 5-6 times. You give it a 5-minute intervals until no more debris comes out. This could happen in a matter of 5 or 6 times. Now, water comes out last time. Take a 20-30-minute break. Move the hose one last time and do it again. I trust me. If you have a hose bit, if you have a pipe on that with increasing the hole, you're going to be great because you're now at 18 months, right?
Yeah.
I've seen people open this drain and in 18 months they can't get it any water to come out.
Because it's so.
It's all clogged already. It's all heavy. Too much material.
Okay.
You guys will probably fare okay. Maybe a family of 3, not that big a deal. So anyway, the idea is that the stuff is, you're getting rid of it. So, last time, after waiting 30 minutes, only water comes out. You're done. Take this off, put this one back on.
Okay.
All right, fill it with water, and while you're doing that, collect it and quantify it.
See how much it is.
How much did you get? Did you get a cup? Did you get a half gallon, 2 gallons? What? I will tell you, systems will shut down with a quantity of a gallon of material in there, okay? And if you're anywhere close to that, and you feel confident you got rid of all of it, any day that thing could have shut down on you and you just stopped it from happening. You with me?
We should do it ASAP then.
That's right.
What's this whole process called again?
How long? What's it called?
Yeah.
Flushing your water heater.
Okay. Flushing your water.
Yeah. This is
Maybe I'll look on YouTube as
yeah,
well.
you'll have a version of it, but trust me, it's not that difficult. And if you just follow what I told you,
Mm-hmm.
flushing the water heater, okay?
Okay.
It is on YouTube. There's varieties of ways of doing this.